What if the answer to that restless feeling that you're experiencing at work isn't a new role, a new industry, or even starting from scratch, but instead being seen for what you already bring? Today, I want to challenge the default solution that most ambitious mid career women reach when things stop feeling right. Because I've seen too many brilliant women go through the hard work of a career change, land somewhere new, and still feel the same unsettled feeling a couple of years later. And the problem for many of them was never the role, it was visibility or lack thereof. This episode is going to reframe the way you are thinking about your career progression. Welcome to the Career Changemaker podcast. Do you want clear direction about your next chapter, but find yourself overthinking every move and worrying about getting it wrong? If so, you're in the right place. Hey, I'm Janine Esbrand, corporate lawyer turned career coach, keynote speaker, and mother of two. And I've discovered how to gain real career clarity and build an impactful career on my terms without sacrificing security or burning out. If you're ready for aligned career options, confident decisions, and work that protects your peace, close that comparison tab on LinkedIn, grab your notebook, and let's dive in. Before we dive into today's episode, I want to tell you about a program that I have built specifically for ambitious mid-career women who are ready to leverage their expertise and start being seen for what they bring to the table beyond the walls of their company. If that's you, if you are ready to build beyond your office, message me the word START on LinkedIn. And I'm going to share with you information about the program and make sure that you're the first to hear when the doors open. A few years ago, I visited one of my past colleagues at my old law firm, and I went into her office. She was in there with her colleague, and I went into her office and she was in there with the person that she shared with. And as I went in, that person looked up and said, "Oh, I know you. You're the lady from LinkedIn. I love your content." I said, "Thank you. I appreciate that." But I remember in that moment thinking how powerful it is that my expertise had a life beyond my job title, that people that I'd never been in a room with had been reading my words, nodding along and thinking, "Oh, she gets it." That moment didn't come from me getting a promotion. It didn't come from me finding a better role. It came from me being visible and doing it intentionally and consistently. And everything I'm going to share with you in today's episode starts from that realization. Being visible is as important as showing up and doing a good job. Oftentimes, when you feel like things are no longer working in the way that they once did, the default instinct can be to start looking for a new role. Making a change can feel like the answer. A new environment, a fresh start, that is going to solve it because we've been taught that career progression is linear. And if where you are is no longer working, you move to somewhere else. But if you're making that move and not identifying what is really the root cause of your dissatisfaction, that new role can become the same role, just in a different container, in a different building. So it's important to consider before you start looking for that next opportunity or that next role to shift into, ask yourself, is this really a role problem or is it a visibility problem? Is it that you're not getting the recognition that you desire, or you're not getting the opportunities that you desire because you are not visible enough for the people within your organization to see the value that you're bringing, and for the people outside of your organization to see the opportunities that could be extended to you? Think about it. I want you to really reflect on when was the last time that someone outside of your organization knew what you were working on and what you were capable of. When was the last time? And if you're struggling to answer, then you may well have a visibility problem rather than a role problem, because you want to be thinking about yourself as an individual, as a professional, and what you have to share, not only for your team, for your department, for your organization, for your client, but also for your wider industry. What is it that you have to share? You've been working for a decade, for 15 years, for 20 years, and you've built up a whole body of work and a whole body of expertise. And you have opportunity for people to know about that and for you to attract opportunities because of that. But if you're not sharing about it, and if people don't know about it, then it's impossible for them to reach out to you and show you the opportunities that are available. Really and truly, your experience is being under leveraged. Everything you know, every problem that you solved, every room that you've navigated, every insight that you've developed only has value when people can see it. And right now, the likelihood is most of it is invisible. I recently spoke to a past client and she described it perfectly. She spent 2 years intentionally building her personal brand and was able to go from knocking on doors to opportunities now coming to her. Her expertise didn't change. She didn't go and do another course. She didn't go back to uni. She didn't gain more certifications. But what she did do is she got visible, and it's made all the difference for her. So now she's speaking on panels, she's being invited to speak at events, opportunities are opening up for her. She started a blog, she's connecting with people. She got more visible and has expanded the portfolio of her career. So for you, you can start by identifying one thing that you know deeply that people around you come to you for. That can be your starting point. That's what needs to be visible, not only internally within your organization, but externally. And here's why I'm so passionate about this, because when you're visible outside of your company, you stop being dependent on one organization's view of your worth. You start to create options. That could be speaking, that could be writing, that could be consulting, that could be advisory work, that could be fractional work, all that didn't exist before, or all that you didn't realize existed before when you were only focused on the one track. The women that I work with aren't really looking to burn down their careers. They're not looking to jump ship and go and start a business and go all in on entrepreneurship. They are committed to working in their industry, but they want choices. They want to be able to say yes or no. And those choices only occur when people outside of your building know that you exist and know what you do. And let me be clear, you do not need a huge platform. I'm not talking about you starting to build up an Instagram following or trying to get 10,000 followers on LinkedIn. I'm talking about you just being strategic with your visibility. It might be LinkedIn, it might be networking events, it could be somewhere else, but really looking at what is a regular action that I could take that is going to enhance and grow my visibility. That really is enough for you to get started. Getting the level of fulfillment that you desire and being able to show up in the way that is making in order to get the level of fulfillment that you desire, you may need to think outside of the box. To get the level of fulfillment that you desire, out of the box thinking is required. It isn't just about looking for that next VP position or director position and trying to narrow down the right role, organization, industry that you need to be in to get there. It can be about really honing and leveraging what you have already built. You've been working, you've been putting in the time, you've been putting in the work over the years. And instead of you feeling like you need to go somewhere else and start again and build up that career capital again, build up that brand equity again, you just need to leverage what it is that you have and start sharing more widely, not just within your organization, but also outside of your organization. Take ownership of how your career is progressing and how you are perceived by being more visible around the things you want to be known for. Okay. So it might not be that you need a new job. It might be that you just need to be more visible. That is what I wanted to share with you today. And if, as I've been sharing, you've been nodding along and you're thinking, yes, this is exactly what I've been missing. I do need to get more visible, but I don't know how. Then I invite you to come over to LinkedIn and shoot me a message. We are building something awesome. We're kicking off on the 29th of June. There's going to be 10 spots for 10 amazing women who are looking to build alongside their careers and show up in a way that allows them to leverage their expertise so they can start being seen and attracting opportunities. Okay, that's all I want to share with you today. Until next time, keep working on moving into the driving seat of your career so that you can increase your income and your impact. Hey, ambitious woman, I hope you enjoyed today's episode. If so, would you take 30 seconds to follow the show and share it with someone who may be quietly rethinking their next chapter? Also, please leave a review. It really helps this message reach more ambitious women ready for career clarity. And it lights me up to know that this podcast is helpful to you. Until next time, go and take one strategic step forward, and I'll meet you back here in a few days for another episode. Let's keep building.